Hi, welcome back to Q Entertainment, where we continue to play Magic the Gathering. In this video, I'm going to attempt another round of quick draft with Throne of Eldraine. I think there's still a few days or weeks while that's around. So the last time it didn't go so well. Hopefully this time it goes better. So we have a Wild-Born Preserver. Whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put an XX counter on Wild-Born Preserver. It seems pretty good, but it just seems that he becomes a target. Whenever another non-human pay X, put a 1/1 with X counters on it. Battle of the Brawl. Whenever Battle of the Brawl attacks, other knights get +1. Foul the Pheasant. Slipper. Mystic. Let's take it. Let's see if we can make this work. So whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield you control, you may pay X. So we need things to create non-human creatures. Other knights you control get +1. Wondermare. When you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, put a 1/1 counter on Wondermare. This could go as well. It's green. Shambling Suit. Knight of the Keep. Youthful Knight. Wishing Well from your graveyard to your library. Redcap Raiders. Rosethorn Acolyte for mana. Can give mana, it can give a bit of ramp. 3 mana cost. It's a bit of a tough one. Let's take the bear. See what else we get. Cauldron's Gift. Choose a creature card in your graveyard. If you do, return it to the battlefield with an additional counter on it. That could work pretty well with Wildborn, so you could bring it back. Claim the Firstborn. Winterborn Commander. Pellet, Shining Armor. Opt Scry, Slipper. Mirrorleaf. Rider. Target creature blocks Mirrorleaf Rider this turn if able. It's a cheap creature to get on the battlefield. This is a Return to Nature, Hedgewalker, and a Prophet. I'm just looking at these cards. I'm not sure if either of these are that great. Sacrifice an artifact or another creature. I think that's too good. I sort of like this card. You bring something back from the graveyard. I think I'll take it. See where it ends up. Mad Ratter. Whenever you draw your second card, this will also work with this pretty well, but you need to draw 2 cards and have both on the battlefield. Again, another color. Not sure that's exactly gonna work. Memory Theft. Sporecap Spider. Wolf's Quarry. Create 3 Brawl creature tokens when this creature dies. So that works well, but it's 6 mana. And this is a 3 creature 1/5. Let's take the Wolf's Quarry, I guess. Elite Death. Elite Headhunter. For Flutterfox. Flying Provisions. Creatures you control get +0, +1. Outflank. Paladin. Target player draws 2 cards. Reaper of the Night. Target opponent discards 2 cards. When it attacks, if the defending player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, it gains flying, which is basically what will happen by the time you can play it. Another Acolyte. Wildwood Tracker. When it attacks or blocks, if you control another non-human creature, it gets +1. It's a cheap creature. I think I'll take it. Cheap creature that could get basically gets +1 if you control another non-human. Silence, Elite Headhunter, Outflank, Cauldron. Let's take the Cauldron. Although it's not a creature, it's an artifact. Take the Return to Nature. Felled the Pheasant, deals 5 damage to target creature with flying. Gingerbread Cabin. Yeah, we'll take the land. Rampart Smasher. Rosethorn Acolyte. There's also a Gargoyle. This is a 5/5. I think I'll take that. So far, the Wondermare, we haven't really gotten any adventure spells. We also haven't really played any black. Let's take it out for now. Fortifying Provisions, Shining Armor, Fell the Peasant. Let's take it this time. Shambling Suit, Forever Young. So this will go with this other one if we can splash a bit of black. Hangewalker. Basically, it's the Hangewalker or the Return to Nature. Let's take the Hangewalker. None of these are particularly great. Let's put the Prophet in the sideboard. Fortifying Provisions. Deafening Silence. That is an uncommon. Castle Garenbrig. Add for 3 mana, you can add 6 mana. Spend this mana only to cast creatures, spells, or activate abilities of creatures. That's a good land. Let's see if there's anything better. Deathless Knight. When you gain life for the first time, return Deathless Knight from your graveyard. If we can get this the second time, it will be great. It's black and green. Lots of these cards are actually good for us. This card too. Let's take the thing. It's possibly a mana ramp. Kenneth's Transformation. Draw a card, and also when it enchants creature and it becomes a 3/3. So you could enchant an opponent's thing, or you could enchant maybe something like this. Else it's the Eye Collector. It's a 1/1. Well, Wolf's Quarry again. Beanstalk. It's also good. Lots of good cards there. Rampart Smasher. Smitten Swordmaster. You gain life. An opponent loses life. Where X is number of knights. We don't really have knights, so not the greatest, but it's a life link. There's a Curious Pair. I think I'll take that for the food token life gain. Cauldron's Gift. Is that the same? What we have already? Yep. It's just 5 mana. Something can come back to the battlefield. Lash of Thorns. Target creature gets +2/+1 and Death Touch. Sacrifice something and put a +1 counter on it and fell the Peasant. I think I will take the Lash of Thorns. You could sort of like surprise attack opponent, block, and kill something. Maybe Memory Theft, Forever Young. But I take a Forever Young already. There's a Wildwood Tracker and Rose Thorn Halberd. Attach it to a non-human creature and it gets +2/+1. That or the Wildwood Tracker. I think I'll take another Wildwood Tracker. Giant Skewer. Merrily Rider. Sacrifice a food target creature blocks. It's a 2 mana. Do we have one? I thought I took one already. Skewer. When it's something, it gives something +2/+1, and then if it attacks the creature, it does damage to a creature, you get a token. I think I'll take it. There's another one. Forever Young, Malevolent Noble, Gatebringer, take that. Black, red, or white mana, not really what we want. Armor. So nothing really in there for us, but let's take the uncommon. or the uncommon. Claim the Firstborn. Lost Legion. When it enters the battlefield, you can scry. Merely Rider and Rosethorn Acolyte. Do we have one of those yet? 3. I like the Legion. When it enters the battlefield, you can scry. Eye Collector. I like the Eye Collector too. It's flying, but these are pretty good too. Tall as a beanstalk. But let's take another one creature, 1 mana cost creature. Cauldron's Gift. May choose a creature card in graveyard, return it with a +1. Wicked Guardian. Enters the battlefield, you may deal 2 damage to another creature you control if you do draw a card. It's a bit strange. This one's 5 mana sorcery. Let's take the Wicked Guardian. Elder Pheasant. Mad Ratter. This goes in there. Goes in the sideboard. Folio Fancies. Players have no maximum hand side. Deathless Knight. I did want that. So let's see what else is there. Let's take it. I did want it. It can come back if you gain life, and we have a couple of things that give food tokens. Sir the Hengehammer. When it attacks another creature, gets XX, where Sir Farron's power is with this thing's power. Let's see, we have a Squire, Rosethorn Halberd. Battlefield, attach it to a non-human creature. Let's take this one, Sir Farron. Epic Downfall is also pretty good. In fact, it might be better. Exile something with mana cost 3 or greater. Beanstalk Giant, pretty good card. Outmuscle. Tempting Wish. When it enters the battlefield, create a food token. Sacrifice a food, target player loses 3 life. I like Outmuscle too. You put a counter on creature you control, then it fights a creature you don't control. That's how many creatures we have. 12. I think I'll take the Witch. Resolute Rider. This is pretty good, but you need a ton of mana. Foreboding Fruit. Target player draws 2. And also this is just black in our deck. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. And if you spend 3 mana, you can have a food token. Let's play a creature. Foreboding Fruit. Rose Thorn thing. Cargwell, Weapon Rack. Let's play this. So we get the Foreboding Fruit. Festive Funeral. Target creature gets XX, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. That seems pretty good. You may sacrifice a food. If you do, target creature gets 5/5. Otherwise, it's a 3/3. Let's take the Festive Funeral. But expensive, but we can make it work probably. Garden Squire again, and another Rosethorn Halberd. We already have 2 of those. And basically, if you attach it to something and that thing dies, you have to pay 5 mana to reattach it, which probably not going to happen. Maybe this is better to just have them. It's 1 mana spell. Oh wow, now we have 4. Nothing. Signpost Scarecrow. Let's take the roving. Keep it big. Maybe can play it. Okay, we picked all our cards. We have to put back only 5. We're sort of low on creatures, really. Maybe we put some of this back. So I think maybe we want to make sure we get all the cards we put away. That just means we have to put more cards back. Maybe Rampart Smash will be difficult to cast to have for open green mana. Will be difficult. 5 cards. Maybe we can put back 1 or 2. Control another non-human. Do we have lots of non-humans, or what are they? We have 5 humans. Knight, human warrior, human noble. Quite a few humans. Let's take some of these away. 2 deals 5 damage to target creature with flying. I think that's actually not that useful. Always difficult to find an opponent with flying. They don't always have flying creatures, so let's see how many creatures. 12. May choose a creature card. Yeah, we want to bring that back. So I'm trying to get rid of a sorcery on instant. Target player draws 2 cards. I think we can get rid of that. Might be too slow. So green and black. Let's see, we have more green than black. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's give that a go. Okay, we have a game up against Imaz. We have 3 land, both colors, that's not bad. No creatures to play though. You may choose a creature card in your graveyard. I think I'll take a mulligan. We need to have creatures to cast. This is a bit better. Quite a lot better, and we could put the Festive Funeral back into our deck. It's 5 mana cost. Okay, let's see, we can play. The only thing we can play is the tracker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The opponent also mulligan, so it's good for us. We also get the witch. When she enters the battlefield, we get a food token, and then you can sacrifice a food token, and the player loses 3 life. Okay, they play a slipper, means they had no creatures either. And we could kill the artifact. Target creature gets +2 until end of turn. Let's play this. Whenever a non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control impacts, and you do put X counters on this. That's pretty good. But that means we'll need extra mana, which I don't think we'll have. Okay, more mana, that's good. So we can kill an artifact or an enchantment. Target creature gets +2, 2. So double strike, that's never a good thing. This will attack. Let's see if they try and block. They don't. I'm trying to keep this. Maybe they have a pump spell or something. Then we can block with the preserver. They might have the spell that doubles the power of all your creatures for the turn, and then they could add maybe ++ on it. Shining armor. Attach it to a knight you control. Target creature gets +0, +2. Yep, I'll add it to that surely, yeah. And it has vigilance, okay. Let's destroy this one. So they don't have vigilance. Okay, now I'm not going to block. That's a lot of damage. We can play the Lost Legion to scry. Or we can play the Tempting Witch. 2, 3, target creature. It's +2 until end of turn. Let's do lots of damage to the opponent while we can. I think that's okay. Hopefully they don't make this too big this turn. If they get it to 8, we die. Which might be possible. Basically double the power twice. Okay, that's already something. Ouch. I'll do tracker. Attacks or blocks if you control another thing. So we have 4 mana. We can play this. We can play the Legion or the Tempting Witch for life gain. Let's play the Legion to scry. We'll take the action. Pay 1. Okay, so next turn we can get this thing. That'll be great. This Kenneth's transformation, which will enchant their creature and it will become a 3/3 Elk. When it attacks another target knight, gets menace until end of turn. Oi, that's going to hurt. It has haste. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. This will be 4 damage. We can double block this. So that's 4 damage, that's okay. Okay, so I gave them menace, that's fine. Let's not block with that one. This is 4 damage, I think that's okay. They don't have any open mana. Okay. We will transform their thing. We draw a card. We can play an eye collector. That's it. That's what we can play. But mana screwed. So we will not attack. The opponent might have more things to attack. Okay, so they attack with the ogre. 5 damage, that's a lot. We have to block that, and we have to block that. They don't have any more mana. Okay, we can get a forest. We have 4. But we need to block the opponent. So this gives us a land, and we can play another one of these. So this turn we can double block just to prevent damage, and then we can play the Beanstalk Giant. Okay, so they can attack with everything. Oh, that's going to hurt a lot. Yeah, I don't think that was quite enough. You may have dealt 2 damage to another creature you control. If you do draw a card, that's not going to help. You can't even play the giant. We'll eat the food token. I think that is it. I don't think we'll survive this. Oh boy. Oh, we should have destroyed the slipper in the beginning rather than the shining armor. Yep, this probably... That deck feels a bit soft. But maybe the opponent just had a really good deck. They got good cards. Let's see if we play one more. How we managed to go in this one. Should have paid more attention. So haste is obviously we don't want them to have haste, and the equip cost was pretty low. It was just 1 or 2. So they could move that artifact. They could move it around quite freely. And we had to mulligan, which is never good. Okay, we have a cheap creature. This is the one that we sort of built the deck around. Maybe this wasn't that great. You do need a lot of mana. Guess we'll try not rush it out too early. Maybe play the skewer. Maybe something else. That is odd. They played the glass casket for nothing. Not sure why they did that. So do we want to play... Okay, it enters tapped. Okay, that's going to be quite good. So once we get to 4 mana, we can create 6 mana. So that's pretty good. They have red, so they could do shock or some kind of eliminate spell, I think. They played the Grange, that means that's probably the only land they have. So the opponent might have land problems. Okay, we won't make their 1-1 a 3-3. Let's play a black swampland. Play the skewer. Get it on the battlefield. They can't activate that, so let's attack for 2. So next turn we can play the Deathless Knight. It has haste. And it can come back once we gain, if we gain life. They play a Knight of the Keep, which is a big thing. So have to block it. So for 4 we can play, let's play a black, let's play the Knight. Surprised it even asked, we don't have mana. It's strange. Bummer. Okay, but they had to sacrifice a land and we won't attack. Because they'll just block it and we'll lose it. They will play this twice. We'll make it a 5-1. It will die, so that's okay. We have a potential way to bring it back. If we gain land. So if we can get this on the battlefield, it will draw a card. And for this, we can also bring something back. So we could either bring this back or the Wild Ball Preserver. Let's bring the Preserver back. We have other ways of bringing the Knight back. And we can play this now. They do it again. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands, potentially with a way to make more. So let's play this one. So we should tap this manually next time. Because we should have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 mana. I have a Merchant of the Veil. And a Youthful Knight. So let's play this one to make sure we get the mana right. And Do we want to kill something? Let's transform one of our tokens and draw a card. And do we want to attack? Yes, let's attack. Then we should try and attach a skewer to it if it survives. Opponent is drawing a card to discard. What is when it enters the battlefield, attach it to target non-human creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. That is great. We'll add it to the already big one. We'll add that to the big one as well. We'll play our land. Control. We can also draw a card this way. Let's attack with our 7/5. Opponent can kill it if they block with everything. We can do the 2 damage. We probably should have. I should have killed one of my own boars to create a food token to bring back the other knight, but that's okay. Target creature gets. Yeah, the opponent doesn't have any way to deal with that really. They can double block, but then we just move all the tokens around. So this game worked out quite well. Okay, we have another game of a sinful, something like that. Okay, we have a lot of land, but nothing to really cast for quite some time. I think that's a mulligan. It's a bit risky. Little bit better. We'll keep it. Maybe we get rid of the black spell. Target creature gets death touch. Wolf's Quarry will be too difficult to cast. Okay, we will be able to play the Gingerbread Cabin eventually. And we again get the Wildborn Preserver in our hand. Is the opponent going to just exile it immediately? Next turn I'd like to play a black land just to have this open. Potentially could save this if they cast something like does something that does 2 damage. Let's add 1. Let's leave a black mana open for this to give it potentially another ++ counter. Might as well attack. The opponent has no things on board. Maybe they flash in something. Oh. We'll end the turn. As long as they don't deal with this, it's going to be a problem for them. They play an Ardenwell Paladin. I think it just gets a bunch of counters for them spending white mana. So 1 more swamp. What is this? Enters the battlefield, attach it to a non-human creature that gets +2/+1. What is that? Tonight we can't do anything with that. We can give this +2/+1. Do we do that to kill this thing? I think I'll do it. Might have been a waste. Maybe I should have attacked with both. Would have guaranteed damage to the opponent. Next turn we can play this, play a gingerbread cabin. Okay, they play a Lost Legion, they get to scry, that's okay. Cost them 3 mana. What other white spells do they have? They might have an Archon, they might have the Shining Armor, yeah, I was about to say, but this we can destroy. Play our cabin, get a food token. We can attack. Opponent will take the damage. We need to draw more creatures to be able to make the preserver bigger. Opponent plays another paladin. This one has menace. Okay, they're getting themselves a bit bigger. We'll take the damage. Land is not what we need. But the fact that they've attacked means they can't block. Double block. They can single block. I didn't see that. It's 4-3. That's not good. Well, let's attach this. This does get a +1 counter when it attacks or blocks, so we can kill their creature as well. They play all their creatures, so it's we can't. It only gets 1/1. It's going to come down to card draw, which we are not doing so good on. We don't control another creature. I keep messing up. Let's eat our food token. We're going to need it. So now we do need to draw something better. We do have some kind. I think we have one exile spell that would help. Okay, they can make this quite big as well. So we have one more turn if we don't draw a creature. Which we didn't. That's unbelievable. 5, 6, 7, 8. We have so much ramp cards, and then all we do. These are the cards basically we started the game with. 3 creatures. Look, this isn't even going to help us. But we get to draw a card. So do we want to make this or this smaller? Don't think it matters too much. We drew another land. Okay, see you in the next game. Okay, we have another game up against no script. Lots of land in our hand again, and one creature, but we have some kind of semi-removal. And you may choose a creature card in your graveyard. So both of these cards require graveyards. I think I'll just take a mulligan. Not much better. We can actually afford to put a land away. So we'll play our Eye Collector. It has flying. Next turn we can attach something to it. Again, the removal that requires stuff in graveyard. A spell that gives something counters and Death Touch, which is nice to block something if the opponent has something really big. Also the Beanstalk Giant. Oh my goodness, so we mulled the Wildborn Preserver. That's unfortunate. Okay, the opponent has a Henge Walker. And We draw another Rosethorn Halberd. This says whenever icon deals combat damage to a player, each player mulls a card. Okay, let's play the Beanstalk Giant. We want green, I think. Let's attach this. Get in for some damage. Everyone mulls a card. The more cards we have there, the better this becomes. So we can potentially get rid of something really big. A couple more lands before we can play the giant. So it's not a 1/1 is not very threatening, so next turn we can play this. That will give it as lethal. They don't have any way to block. I don't see them doing any lethal damage themselves. That's good. Target opponent discards 2 cards. We can play that. And we gain some life. Yep, the opponent has 1 mana left. I don't think they have anything else. Okay, they have their own eye collector. That's good for them. They can block this turn. Unfortunately, we don't have trample. Hopefully they don't have some kind of exile spell. Can they play this? 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 1 short of playing this. If the defending player has fewer 2 cards in hand, it gains flying. Yep. It's a win. See you in the next one. Okay, we have another game. We're 2-2 so far. Up against Sipple. And we ranked up to Silver 1 at the end of the previous game. Okay, we have green spells, green lands. Hopefully we draw a black land. Create a food token. Yeah, that seems good. Let's see what we go first. Let's play the elf. I think I'll play the token. No reason not to have a food token. We do get the Wildborn Preserver. I want to play it. I'll play it. It might be terminated, eliminated or something by the opponent. They like doing that. Just from the text, it seems, I think, like a more dangerous card than it is. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may pay X and add X counters. That sounds very enticing, but I think it's more difficult to achieve, especially in the drafting, because you don't really get to pick all the ramp cards and lands you want, like a cultivate that fetches land, and maybe like a replicating ring that adds any color, mana of any color, and all sorts of cards like that. So, but it might mean the opponent sees it and thinks, "Ooh, I should dominate. I should get rid of this card." They focus on it, perhaps. Okay, we get a black swamp, which is also good. So we can play both sides of this card. Although then we don't get to add counters. So let's maybe not do that. Let's just attack. Not gonna play this. See if I maybe use it to block or kill some bigger opponent, because it has the death touch, so it can potentially kill something of any size. They play the huge Hengewalker. Just Hengewalker. It wasn't huge. I added the huge. Let's play this. Ah, this is a human. Okay, so we could have played it earlier already. So let's just tackle this one. See if they block. Opponents suspecting we have something up our sleeves. And we don't do anything. Should have attacked with both. We could have done it, but it's okay. Oh, they're giving it plus 3/3 and making it big. But that's fine. That's why we have this card with Death Touch. Is the opponent suspecting something? Yeah, they are. I thought this was the card that required 3 forests, but it's not this one. So basically for 4 mana we get 6. So let's see if that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why can't we play this? 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure why can't I play this. So let's undo all of that. Yeah, I'm not sure why that didn't work. Create 3 boar creature tokens when this creature dies. Yeah, I'm not sure why that didn't work. Add 6 mana. Spend. Ah, okay, you can only cast creature spells. Okay, that's why. Should read the cards better. Or activate abilities of creatures. Okay. Okay, the opponent is falling into our trap, although we do lose the Wildwood Tracker. I'm surprised they didn't block the Wildborn Preserver. This is the one that can get more counters once we get to a way to play more creatures. Ooh, they can sacrifice this and deal 3 damage to a creature. That's a bummer. But it will use their mana. They play their Grange tapped. Means that's their last land in their hand, surely. We can't do anything about that. More land, that's okay. Now we get to play this one. We do 1 damage. Okay, 4 damage on the board. For one bunch of 1/1s and a 1/3. Opponent still hasn't found any of their creatures really. Okay, now they find Sir Alan the Lion's Claw. When it attacks, other creatures get +1 till end of turn. So this is a 4 with first strike. That's unfortunate. They'll just obviously block whichever one we attach this to. Actually, I'll probably play. I'll keep the card in hand. Don't let the opponent see we have a card. I'm keeping the food token in case we draw the knight. That lets us bring it back if it dies. Okay, the opponent was careful. They played around this card in case we have a spell. So keeping this card back sort of paid off. Opponent doesn't know what it is. They think it might be something scary. Okay, they put the token in the glass casket, but we'll just re-equip this. We have tons of mana. Unless they have a card that can destroy it. The Broken Wings or something. True Love's Kiss, that could do it too, yeah. Are they attacking? No, they're not attacking. What does this do? Ends a battlefield, you may have a deal 2 damage to another creature you control. If you do, draw a card. I think I'll play it. We need cards. It gives us another token. When this enters the battlefield, you can scry. Yeah. So, the battlefield, that's a 4/4. So if we turn it into a 3/3. So if we get the Kenrith transformation, we can turn their first strike thing into a 3/3. And we'll get to draw a card as well. Okay, they kill one of our food tokens. It's not the worst thing. Opponent doesn't block. Could have done it to our token too. Tempting Witch enters the battlefield. We attack with everything. Opponent will block a Wicked Guardian, surely. But we'll just win with this ability. We don't even need to attack next turn. The opponent knows that. And see you in the next game. Okay, we have another game. We have a bit of land, a couple of creatures that we can play. Seems good. We have the Witch again. I think I'll play the tapped land. This is the one that it just comes in tapped. This is not the one that you need three other green lands for. Opponent Malignant, 4/5/6. That's good for us. So next turn we could either play the food token or we can put the skewer on the battlefield. Let's play the more expensive mana costs play. So we could either just create the food token or just play this next turn. Next turn we could also play the Tempting Witch or the Legion. Maybe the Legion's a better play. It allows us to scry, set things are better for the following round. Lots of land. Let's not draw more land just yet. We have enough land for the next 3 turns. That's pretty good. Opponent setting up to be white, blue and green. They played the Gingerbread Cabin, but they didn't get the food token. They played a Scalding Cauldron, which they can use to kill one of our creatures. Put any number of target creatures from your graveyard on top of your library. So that's good. We can bring something back. We can create a food token. Another one. And I'll play the Witch for another food token. Probably should have maybe attached the skewer so that it's immune to this thing. Yeah. That's okay. They got rid of that thing. We can bring this back and get another token, which is nice. Wow, you may sacrifice if you do create 7 giant creatures. Otherwise, okay, so they played that. So let's play this. So if we play black land, we'll get another food token. Wow, really getting the food tokens in this game. And we've scared the opponent. They just don't like that we have food. I think the opponent just struggled with they had nothing to play. Probably they had the wrong lands. They must have, this is the only land they started with. Or they probably just played it because it's a tap land. Anyway, we'll see you in the next game. Okay, we have another game, and we are on 4 wins. 4 wins and 2 losses. 3 different three lands, which is good. Stuff to play. So this is the land that we need. We need 3 forests, 3 or more other forests for it to gain the food token. Opponent opts 3, 4, 5. Not sure if this is the best card to put into draft. I mean, this could have been a different card. This could have been the card they drew instead of being this card. I mean, that's just maybe what I think. Okay, playing that, we can play this thing. We can destroy their wall, which I think I will do, because this can give their creatures haste. So they could just play something big and just give it haste immediately. And like, for example, now they could have given that haste. Or play the tapped land. We need the land. We can play another tracker. Or we can attach this and make it a 2. I think I will do that. While this thing has not got the +1/+1 counters on it. Was based on what I've seen, they've got artifacts. They probably do have other artifacts as well. Sure, the opponent's not going to block. They don't have any mana. They're probably just reading the card. So this actually says put any number of creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. So that's pretty good. This is going to be a problem. We can't kill it. It's doing a lot of damage already. So we can play the witch. Gives us a food token. And the tracker. So we can attack. It will be sort of good if the opponent does block. They don't. If this is all they have, it's a race. We're doing okay. We have quite a bit of damage on board. Opponent has more flying creatures. Okay. Mantle of Tide. Whenever you draw your second card, each turn you can move it around. For the land, that's good. Put in number of target creature cards, which we don't have yet. And a Squire. We can play this to sort of scare the opponent. This will drop down their life count to 9. They tap 2 of our creatures. Okay. Tempting Witch enters the battlefield to create a food token, so we can actually attack with her. I won't. I will leave this to their turn, so we could potentially... Okay, we can't block, they have flying, so that's okay. But maybe they play something else. More flying, okay. Opponents doing the flying thing. Cauldron's Gift. You may choose a creature card in your graveyard if you turn it to the battlefield. Okay, that's to both spells. This one will let us draw a card at least. Submit 0. Skewer. Yeah, that's good. Let's attack with that one. And so they'll block 2 for sure. Let's attack with that one. And that one. I hope they block the Tempting Witch. Yep. So we can bring the witch back to the battlefield with a counter on it, and it gets us a food token, and we can do 3 damage to the opponent, and if they attack with at least 2 of their creatures, it will mean we can do the damage we need, but I'm not sure if we'll have the mana for all of that, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we won't have the mana. And they played a bunch of more creatures. So let's see. If we put this on, we can create a food token. That won't be enough. This is all we can play. Choose a creature in your graveyard. That was so close. Man. 1 more mana and we would have won. Oh no, we wouldn't have. What am I saying? They have all this stuff. Oh, we didn't have another human creature. Oh, wait, that's... The opponent just beat us basically with... I was gonna go to battle just with flying creatures, really, nothing super spectacular. That was one thing about this format I've noticed. Flying creatures do have a very good advantage. So we managed to crack 4 wins. We get not quite all our gems back, but 450 gems is close to another game. So not too bad overall. 4 wins, not too bad. And a pack, of course. So that's good. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you in the next video.